So three things for three A's in GCE examinations. We know now in this situation, now the pandemic situation, many students may not know how to proceed their studies and how to prepare for the examinations. Continuously, final examinations are being postponed, and there are no face-to-face classes and no schools, and therefore really they may be confused a lot, and there is no guidance at all for them to proceed with their studies and prepare for the examinations. So this video is going to tell you just by focusing on three things to get three A's in GCE level examinations. So let us see one by one. First of all, we must know about the students, and there are several kinds of students. Some will study continuously, some will not study, some will be progressing in an average manner. So we must know about the students because there are varieties of students. Some are very interested to study, some are not interested, and some have a little bit of desires to enter. They have some desire to enter into universities to go for higher studies, even though they could not achieve much, and some are not at all interested. So in those categories, based on the performance, we can categorize those kind of students into three. The first of all, the first class. So this type of students will get usually average marks of 70 and above, and they have actually no problem because whatever the situation is, they will be always focusing on that because they are very much interested. So whatever the situation comes, they will be progressing in their studies, and therefore no problem with them here. But this situation, the biggest crowd is here. They have some desire to get past or get degree, and they usually get the average marks of around 40 to 70 during the midterm examinations and term examinations. Then this is the biggest crowd because they have some desire, but they don't put much effort towards achieving those goals. That is why they are in between and getting around 40 to 70 marks here. And in this class 2, we know that is the biggest crowd. Here also, some of the students may be interested, even may have some interest on studies, but they have some problems. Some resistance may be there in their progress. So that has to be sorted out. Then they also can enter into this class 1 category. And in the third class, you can see they are not at all interested or desired, and they usually get lower than 40. And those students also will have a lot of difficulties to progress in their studies because they also feel that I want to study, but I could not study because of some reason. So some reasons are there, some barriers are there, obstacles are there. So that has to be removed to enter into this category, and consequently they can enter into the class 1, and finally they also can get 3 A's. So if a student is here, he or she can try to get desired to enter into the university or higher studies. He or she has to put more effort towards the desire to achieve the goal, and then he or she can enter into this class. And from here also, he or she has to put more and more effort to get interested on this and to enter into this class. And then definitely they can get 3 A's. So how to bring all the students here is the big process. And we have to consider only 3 things to bring them here. And whoever it is, if they follow these 3 things, 100% they can get 3 A's. So let us see what are the 3 things. These are the 3 things to get 3 A's. So if we want to get 3 A's, then we have to go through these 3 things. So let us see one by one. The first one is organizing space. So we must first organize a space. So if we are at home, first we have to select a place which is very much suitable and convenient for us. And then there also you have to focus on 3 things to organize a space here. First one is table and chair. So we need a table and some materials around us and a comfortable chair for us to sit without having any inconvenience here. So that must be first set. And after setting this table and chair and selecting a place here, we have to look at the ventilation in the room. So if the ventilation is not good, then we cannot continuously stay there in the room. So these are the first thing that we must consider, because if this is not good, we can't go ahead and can't progress in our studies. Therefore, organization of the space is very much essential. That is why I just put it as the first one. And after arranging a chair and a table with all required materials, the required materials can be these past papers and the notes, books, whatever the required things, and everything must be around you. And the water bottle also must be with you. And whenever you are thirsty, then you must drink water. And also the ventilation, second part. The ventilation is very much essential. Otherwise, you will be very much tired when you continuously study. So the ventilation must be looked into as the second thing. Then when you look at the ventilation can be window here. Two opening must be there in a room. So one can be two windows and or the door and the window. And if the window must be opened or can be covered by mosquito net, and so that prevent the mosquitoes entering into the room. If you have more mosquitoes, then that also will be very inconvenient for you to study continuously. And the door must be opened, or if it is another window, that also can be covered by a mosquito net, and there may be a fan there for just for your convenience. So this kind of things must be organized properly for ventilation. And the next thing is surrounding. The surrounding around that room that you have selected must be very peaceful, because if it is very noisy, then that may disturb you. Or if the next room, any television is working in the next room or in the living room, then that sound may disturb you continuously. If you are interested in certain dramas or certain film, cinema, or any other programs, if when it is going on, then you will be automatically, naturally will be disturbed by those programs. Therefore, you have to select a place so that you can't hear noise or any sound from any other. You cannot hear any kind of this disturbing sounds. And after completing this organizing space, then we can move on to the second one. Second one is the review subjects. So we must almost, the students might have completed all the syllabuses. And if you have not completed the syllabuses, then what you have to do is, and then first you have to complete it quickly as much as possible and start this progress first. During this subject review, then you have to again consider three things. First, we have to organize what are the subjects and how we are going to organize this review. And organizing means putting a timetable or something, and organize in an acceptable manner for you to implement this according to the organized chart. And organization can be done in a way so that you can review one subject continuously up to maximum of 2 hours, and one subject can go up to 2 hours, and then we can limit there and give a small break of 5 minutes break, and then change the subject again to 2 hours continuously. And when we start to review these subjects, only 3 subjects. So the first subjects we can start from morning and then continuously up to 2 hours. Then after 2 hours, you have to change the subject and again go up to another 2 hours. So again, give a break and go for the other 2 hours. So this is how you have to change your subjects every 2 hours, and then give a small break and go like this. So this is how you can rotate these subjects and allocate 2 hours for this and organize in such a beautiful manner so that you can implement this review subjects easily and conveniently. Because if you give 4 hours or 5 hours, we cannot continuously focus on certain subject. Naturally, our body and mind will be very much tired. Therefore, we cannot focus continuously in a certain subject or certain. So then we have to make a chart like this and then finalize the organization. After that, you have to implement according to the organized chart. And now during this subject review time, the second thing is clarify doubts. So you may have lots of doubts when you go through section by section after organizing, creating a chart or something. Then accordingly, you have to take one subject, and then when you study one by one, and maximum 2 hours you have to. If you can clear one section within 2 hours, it's okay, you can. Otherwise you can continue in the next round. So when you clear, you can just study and thoroughly and try to understand as much as possible from that note. So, and if you have any doubts or want to clarify anything, so you can just call your friends and ask them to clear those doubts. And also, and you can get help from your teachers, so they may clear your doubts and then proceed your subject review, and then finally complete by section. After you cleared everything and completed one section, for that section, you have to take short notes. That is essential. If you have completed one section, after that, you have to write down in a chart form or any kind of form what you have learned, and from the beginning and up to the end, very in a beautiful manner, and so that you can again understand it without looking at your notes or any materials. So it can be in one page. So just by looking at itself, you can understand completely about the section. So this must be like that. That is short notes about the section, only in 1 or 2 pages maximum. So this is subject review. Then after that, the third thing is practicing past papers. So after you have completed this section, the subject reviews, then you can start practicing past papers. So this can take at least 1 month. Review subjects can take for 1 month. Now this you can take minimum of 3 months or 4 months. So this can be up to 1 to 2 months. And this can be 3 to 4 months. So you have now at least 6 months. So if you start now, then now you can go with this. This can be done within few days. Then after that, you can start this review subjects. Now this can go up to maximum of 2 months, not more than that. If it can be completed within 1 month, it would be better. So as much as possible, you can complete everything within 1 month, and then you can proceed with this. So now we can take at least 3 to 4 months to complete this practicing past papers. Here also we have to consider only 3 things. First, we have to schedule it again. Means which past paper we have to consider, whether it is first part or second part. Within a day, how you are going to do the past papers, whether you are going to do the whole day one subject or the next day another subject or like that, or within a day you can divide into 2 and or 3. Of the morning you can do the first part of one subject, and the afternoon and the first part of the third subject, like that in the evening or night. So we can categorize those to according to your convenient and because that is very essential. Some students can be able to continuously focus on one subject throughout then they can do one past paper in a day. So scheduling can be done as you wish, and first it can be first part of that, and second part can be in the evening, or first part of one subject can be in the morning, and the first part of second subject can be in the afternoon, and the first part of the third subject can be in the evening. So that corrections, all these corrections can be in the night time. So this is one way. Or you can schedule as you wish. The first part and the second part can be in the morning time, and the corrections can be in the evening time. So that can be done as you wish, and then you can come to the performance. Performance must be focused very effectively, and you have to do the past papers as you do for the final examination and correct it during the analysis time. So these are 3 things. Again, we have to schedule it, and then we have to do it effectively, and then we have to do analysis so that we can find out all the errors that we usually make during the examinations. And even if we have any doubts here when we do the past papers, then we may come across lots of new doubts, and sometimes we may think before that we understood everything. After looking at the past papers only, we can understand that a lot of things we need to be clarified. You can communicate with your friends and teachers to clarify these doubts, and even you can look at the scheme and check. Even if you don't understand, after even checking the scheme, then you can discuss with your friends and teachers, and if possible, what you have to do is you can communication through WhatsApp and through Zoom or anywhere, and communicate with your friends and teach them. Do revision of certain sections for the other group of students. So that will give you more clarification on that particular section. So if it is possible, do it first. That is the best thing that you can learn. Giving others what you learn is the best way of learning, that you will learn a lot through this teaching. So practicing past paper after this performance without having any hesitation, every day you have to finish the past papers one by one. Say suppose you are doing today 2020 past paper in one subject and could not finish it completely. Therefore, you can continue the next day. So complete it and allocate marks according to the scheme. Then you can go to the analysis part, and there you have to correct everything according to the scheme and give marks for that, and write down your marks also, the first round, what is your marks, and do analysis. This analysis part is very much essential in this. Here, this practicing past paper is very much essential, and everything is essential here. The organizing space, review subjects. After reviewing and clarifying all the doubts, only we have to come to the past paper section. And when you do past papers, you will have to face a lot of new problems, and that has to be cleared here with the help of your friends and teachers or through internet. And there are many ways to clarify that you can proceed with any of them. And when you do this, analysis part is very essential part, because during this analysis part, you are correcting your papers that you have done and allocating marks for that. And also you have to clarify your all doubts, whatever you made mistake there, whatever you got less marks, then has to be focused more and must be understood thoroughly, cleared with the help of teachers or with your friends. So after clarifying those things, when you do next time another past paper, you will not have such doubts again. You will not have such mistakes again. If you make same mistakes again, then you are not at all understood. So you have to focus on that, and please clear it first and thoroughly understand that concept and practice more on that. And after that, when you do that past paper, then you should not have the same mistake or errors. So that is very essential. If you follow this analysis part is actually clarifying you better and better when you go through these rounds. First round, second round, third round, and fourth round, like that. And the first round will be somewhat difficult and more clarification will be needed. And when you go for the second round, the number of doubts will be reducing and the clarification will not be much needed. And when you go for third round, fourth round, and nothing at all. So when you come for the fifth round, you will feel very convenient when you do past papers. Then again, you have to come from the beginning. If say, suppose if you have started with the 2020 past papers and going down 2019, 18, 17, like that. After completing 15 or 14, then you can come back to 2020 and do the past papers as you do a new paper. So then it will be very familiar too. There also you may make errors or mistakes. So that again has to be identified and thoroughly cleared. Then it will be very less. Then again, you can just do the same thing again in a first round, second round, third round, fourth round, like year-wise. So to 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So if you do again and again, cyclic manner, up to 4 months continuously, then you don't need to revise the subjects here, because you are always doing past papers and every day you are again and again writing it. Therefore, you will be very much fluent on that. So after this, if if you do at least from 2020 to 2015, or even go up to 2012, then one round. Again, the next round will be from again 2020 to 2012. So if you do this kind of cycle at least 5 times again and again, then after that, if you face final examination and see, I am 100% sure that you can get 3 A's. So this is the way to get 3 A's in your coming A-level examination. So getting 3 A's is now on your hand. Now let us see after that what will happen after you got 3 A's. Then during this, since we are going to do in a cyclic manner again and again, we need to get more energy to continue this throughout our daytime without any hesitation or without any gap or discontinuation. Therefore, we need to increase our power, internal power. So that can be done through relaxation, and also you have to meditate a little bit of 5 minutes in between during the relaxation time, and that 6 hours continuous sleeping time is very much essential, that you should not sacrifice the 6 hours continuous sleeping for anything. So if you have continuous sleep at least for 6 hours, then only you can work throughout the daytime. Otherwise, you cannot work throughout the daytime. Even the daytime also, after having lunch, you can have a maximum of 1 hour of nap, that if you want, because that will boost your evening time studies. Otherwise, you will be slowed down and your learning ability will be reduced. So you have to focus and just always observe yourself and see whether your learning ability is reducing. If it is reducing, then you have to take relaxation. And also, if necessary, you take 1 hour, at least maximum 1 hour nap during the daytime. That will enhance your learning ability and the concentration power. So recharge. That means you are recharging yourself to work throughout the daytime. Focus on the daytime. Nighttime is, according to the research, it says nighttime, the concentration of studies is very much less than the concentration on daytime. Lots of factors, that is, we cannot go against the nature. So you should not go against the nature. So we have to recharge ourselves during the nighttime, and the daytime we can work, get the maximum output from us. So during this time, we can enhance our internal power. Keep this continuously, keep this with the maximum of spirit. To run this process with the maximum spirit, that can be done only through meditation. So meditation during this only just for 5 minutes and 10 minutes, maximum 10 minutes is enough. So if you do at least once, 5 minutes once in a day, it's enough you to boost throughout the day. Even you don't need to take any nap. So this you can boost your internal power to get that spirit. So that can be done through this. So for relaxation and boost your inner power, visit the YouTube channel Experiencing the Reality. So here you can see lots of videos. All are related to our life and education. Therefore, you can watch those things. Guided meditation is also there in the recent videos. So you can follow those videos and follow the instructions and guided meditations. Then you will get very much relaxed. You will become very peaceful, and your learning capacity will be increased a lot than you expect. So through this, we can get the enough spirit and fire within you to continue this process throughout your lifetime. So that also can be done here, visiting to the YouTube channel, and there you can type Experiencing the Reality and click on this logo, and this will go to the Experiencing the Reality page. There you can see many videos related to this. The recent videos contains the guided meditation, so you can follow that meditation. Then you will become very peaceful, and your inner power will be increased within few minutes. Only 2 or 3 minutes, you can increase your inner power and focus more on the studies, and it will help you to continue throughout your lifetime with enormous power just from within you. I would like to congratulate for getting 3 A's, whether you are in the first class, as we have seen before. You may be in the third class or second class or first class. If you are in first class, no need to worry about much. You will be doing it. This will help you to guide directly. If you follow this, you definitely will get it. And the second class students must focus very much on this and get the inner power through this experience in the reality. Then easily you can be shifted towards class one. And the third class people must work more hard with this spirit, and this experience in the reality will help you a lot to come first to the second class and then the first class. And also the inner spirit is essential to keep you with power to continue this process. So that much power is needed from you. Otherwise, we cannot proceed this only just for telling. That anyone can tell like this, but you only have to do. So to do this process, we need a lot of power within us. Otherwise, we cannot continuously do it. 1 or 2 days you can do. The third day you will be down. To keep this continuously throughout, as I said, you need power within you. Otherwise, you cannot continue this. So to take this power only, you have to visit to this experiencing the reality. And through this meditation given there, you have to practice yourself and get the power and continue this. God bless you. Congratulations. Thank you.